we are going to check out this controller that was sent to the channel. This is the G5 Pro Max SE controller by Machenike. Machenike, I think that's how you pronounce it. This was sent to the channel, and it looks like a pretty cool controller. You can see that it has RGB lighting. It even has like its own little base to rest the thing on. This works for the PC, the Switch, and your Android and iOS device. So let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy. Yeah, so I'm starting to get some more controllers and accessories and stuff sent to the channel, which is pretty cool. You know, it's a way to show you guys products and whether you guys would be interested in checking them out and stuff. And with, you know, like the Switch 2 and other controllers and consoles coming out and stuff, we're going to be seeing a lot more of these on the channel. So make sure you guys hit that subscription button so you don't miss when I upload. So here's the controller inside. And we also have the base. And then I had a lot of paperwork that looked like it fell. Let me pick it up. It looks like we got our instructions, gamepad instructions. That's cool. Some stickers, I guess, if you want to add these to your base or something like that. Decorate it, make it look nice. We're not going to mess around with that. Now, we got our Type-C. Yeah, our Type-C cord. So, I believe this is what you plug into your console so your base could charge. So let's go ahead and take a look at the base real quick. The Ace of Base. Alright, so we got some rubber grips on the bottom. Looks pretty standard. Put the thing on top. On the back we have both a USB and a Type-C port. So looks like you might be able to charge something else if you plug it in at the same time. We'll have to test that. And again, this works for PC, Android, iOS, and Nintendo Switch. I'm going to be using it on my Nintendo Switch. Because it's always good to get a controller that could be a substitute for a Pro controller, right? This looks like it has some really good weight to it. It feels good. I like the design. Nice, sleek, gray, alien spaceship looking design right here, guys. It has like a texture on the back, so it has a good little grip. We got some trigger buttons, and we got some nice shoulder buttons. Now, there are some features on this, and I'm not the most technical sound guy, but I know what I like, and what I first like is the Hall effect joysticks that this thing has. Hall effects are important to me because drift, you know, like a lot of times these controllers are beginning drift, but Hall effect joysticks are nice. They feel great. They feel pretty solid. And overall, the design is like an Xbox controller for the most part. You can see it has the D-pad. D-pad feels okay. I would have liked it to be a little bit more squishy, if that makes sense, and a little bit bigger, but it feels all right. And then we also have some other buttons like the capture, the menu, and stuff like that. We're going to be taking a good look. The buttons kind of have like a gloss. I guess if your fingers get sweaty, it might help it. I don't know. My main thing is if a controller works. So this one also apparently has ultra low latency. It says 1000 hertz polling rate. I don't know what that means. On top of that, it says that it's able to be wireless. So if you go in the back, you can switch your platform. You can see this little switch back here has PC, Nintendo Switch, and then 2.4 for, I guess, your Bluetooth. So you switch it in the back. We're going to be switching it to Nintendo Switch on the back. So we're going to be testing it on that. On top of this, it says there's a built-in gyroscope for motion control support. So I'm actually interested to see how that works. I can't think of a game off the top of my head that uses motion control except like Zelda, Breath of the Wild, but even then I'm not sure. And then of course the RGB is customizable, and you get the base, put the base right on in, and that's how you go. So we're going to plug this sucker in just to see what it looks like while it's glowing, right? Because I think that's an important... Alright, so we're going to put the Type-C in the back of that. And we're going to put... actually, I lied. We're going to put the USB in the back of this, because the Type-C is going to go into the controller. So Type-C's at the back of that. Let's go ahead and we're going to plug in, just to test it out real quick, into the PC port. Put the USB in there. There it goes. It's charging. As far as customizing the RGB, let's go ahead and take a quick gander. Apparently, there's an app that you download for your phone to customize it even further, but that's just outside my wheelhouse. I'm more interested in checking out the controller and seeing if it works. But yeah, it gives you like a little QR code for additional customization and things like that. So I'm guessing that's where the RGB colors come into play. Now, real quick, before I begin playing on the Switch, just a heads up, you have to do switch mode. So you got to put it on switch, and then you hold the function key, which is this button and A, for 3 seconds, and then it'll switch your layouts. Because you know how like Xbox, the X and Y and the A and B are reversed? You have to get it into switch mode. So to do that, you have to hold the function key and A, and then it'll correct the face stuff. So then you just ignore the X's and all that. So it'll be in switch mode, and it'll work picture perfectly on it. Now, if you want to make things easy, you could just hook it wired with the wire that's included, and it'll instantly respond and work with you on your Nintendo Switch. No problem at all. Playing it wired, again, pretty easy plug and play. I'm assuming you could do that with your PC as well, and it'll instantly work. But to connect with your phones and stuff, you'll have to use the dongle, which was included with it. So this dongle is like a Bluetooth dongle that you put into your USB port. So this is the dongle, of course, pretty standard. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. Probably just goes into your Nintendo Switch. So I'm going to play wired real quick. It does seem like it's pretty responsive, not half bad. Then again, I'm pretty stupid when it comes to technology and finding out how bad lag is and stuff. For me, I'm pretty simple. If it works, right? And so far, seems like it's working. Everything's responsive. Again, like I mentioned with the triggers feel pretty good on the top, or the shoulder buttons, I should say. And you're able to customize the macros and everything. For me, I'm basic. I don't need customized layouts for FPSs and stuff like that. I'm an old school gamer, so I'm sure you guys could find something useful with that, especially if you're competitive, I guess. Again, there's software that you can download onto your iPhone or your Android, and you can customize stuff. I'm assuming that's how you would customize the lighting and things like that. There's actually more in-depth reviews on YouTube if you want to go ahead and check those out. But for me, I'm basic like you guys. How easy is it to plug in and use, and does it work? And I have not played Kirby in forever. Now, if you want to pair it via Bluetooth for the Switch, you got to have it on the 2.4G Switch, which is Bluetooth. And as long as you have Pro Controller wired communication enabled, it'll work instantly. So I have the dongle plugged into the Nintendo Switch, and it's responding. Now we're going to check a fun one called Iron Meat. Shoutouts to Retroware for Iron Meat. It's basically a Contra clone, but it has its own charm on it. We're playing, again, Bluetooth wireless on the Nintendo Switch. You connect it with the 2.4G, and as long as you have Pro Controller communications on, it'll instantly like detect it. So worked pretty good. Worked like a glove. And if you haven't played this game and you're a big Contra fan, you're missing out. Right now it works pretty good. It feels like it's a pretty solid controller. I don't feel too much as far as lag goes. I saw some people in some reviews saying there was lag, but in my opinion, I'm not feeling anything like that. To me, it works. Again, I'm not looking into all the advanced customization options and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty easy to figure out if you guys wanted to try them out. I'm not going to use this on my iPhone either. I don't really mobile game as much. You know, no need for the WWE Champions time. But for the Nintendo Switch and what I need it to be used for, as I suck at this game, works pretty good. You can either just plug it in wired and it would respond, as long as you have it in switch mode, and or you could just use Bluetooth and it worked as well. And again, don't forget, you have to switch your controller layout to switch mode, because X, B, A, and Y are different than on Xbox. But other than that, it was pretty good, and neat little controller with a little charger base. Good little features and stuff. So Awesome. And again, this is a game that you guys should definitely check out if you have not. Shout out to Retroware. Look at this. Lots of blood, chaos, you name it. So yeah, this was the G5 Pro. You guys want to go ahead and check it out. Max SE controller from Machenike. Special thanks to them for sending it out to the channel. I like it. I like it. It feels nice. It doesn't feel like a cheaply made controller. So check it out, as Keep the Joking Gamer would say.